Have you ever had a secret hideout where no one could find you? Maybe it was a fort made of blankets in your living room or a hidden spot in the woods behind your house. When you are in your secret spot, you feel safe. You feel like the whole world is far away and you can just be yourself. Now imagine a whole neighborhood that is like a giant secret hideout. This place is called Montecito. It is in California, right near the blue ocean. Very famous people like movie stars and singers live there because they want to be left alone. They have spent a lot of money to buy houses with giant walls and very tall bushes so that nobody can peek inside. They just want to go to the grocery store or walk their dogs without cameras following them. But imagine if one day, a giant flying camera started buzzing over your backyard while you were eating a burger. Imagine if people blocked your street so you couldn't drive to school. This is exactly what is happening in Montecito right now, and it is making people very, very upset. It is like a big neighborhood fight, but the people fighting are some of the most famous people in the world. Today, we are going to talk about a famous actor named Rob Lowe and why he is telling everyone that the peace and quiet in his neighborhood has been ruined. There's a very big and surprising story coming out of the beautiful town of Montecito. Rob Lowe is a very famous actor who has been in many movies and TV shows for a long time. He is finally talking about the problems in his neighborhood. He is talking about the tension between the people who live there and Meghan Markle. For a long time, Montecito was a very quiet and peaceful place for rich and famous people to relax. But now, it is at the center of some very big and scary accusations. People are saying that Meghan Markle is using drones to spy on them and that she is being a bully to the community. There are more and more people complaining every day. Neighbors, including Rob Lowe himself, are speaking up because they are unhappy. This beautiful paradise is not a quiet place anymore. It used to be a safe spot for people to hide, but now it feels like a place where everyone is watching each other. What do you think about this? Do you think Meghan Markle has a good reason for what she is doing, or do you think the neighbors are right to be mad at her? Let us know what you think in the comments below. We want to hear your ideas. Also, if you want to see more videos about celebrity drama and find out the truth, please hit the subscribe button. Rob Lowe is finally telling the world how he feels about Meghan Markle. He's a very well-liked man in Montecito. He has lived there for many years and knows almost everyone. You might know him from his famous movies like The Outsiders or his funny TV show called Parks and Recreation. Because he is so famous and has lived in Montecito for such a long time, people really listen to what he has to say. He has built a very good name for himself, not just in Hollywood, but in his own town. His words are very important because he is publicly telling everyone that Meghan Markle is breaking the neighborhood rules. In Montecito, there are unwritten rules that everyone follows. These are rules about being nice to your neighbors and, most importantly, respecting their privacy. Rob says that Meghan is not following these rules at all, and he wants her to stop. Montecito is a special place where the most famous people in the world go to hide. It is known for being very exclusive, which means not just anyone can live there. The people who live there made a promise to each other to keep a low profile. This means they try not to be loud or showy. The town stays quiet because people keep their secrets. Their big houses are hidden behind giant gates and very thick hedges. These hedges are like big green walls that keep the peace for the people inside. But Rob Lowe has decided to step forward and tell everyone his worries. He's especially upset about what Meghan is doing. He says that her actions have hurt the feeling of respect that everyone in the town used to have for each other. The thing that has made Rob and his neighbors the most angry is the use of drones. Drones are little flying machines with cameras on them. Rob says that Meghan and her team have been flying these drones over people's private yards. They are taking pictures and making videos of people without asking if it is okay. This invasion of privacy has made the neighbors feel very frustrated. When Meghan and Harry first moved to Montecito, the neighbors hoped they would fit in and be good friends. They wanted the couple to enjoy the quiet life just like everyone else. But now, Rob Lowe's public comments show that these drone incidents were a very big deal. They weren't just a small problem that people could ignore. They were a break in the trust that every person in the neighborhood is supposed to have. It doesn't matter how famous you are. In Montecito, you are expected to respect the boundaries of the people living next to you. Rob's voice has become the most important one in this fight between Meghan and the town. He is not afraid to speak up when he sees things that are wrong. He believes that these flying cameras are a big violation of the peace that Montecito has always loved and protected. His words have made other people in the town feel like they can speak up too. Many of them feel that even though Meghan and Harry are very famous, they should still have to follow the same rules as everyone else. You can't just do whatever you want because you are a prince or a duchess. Rob Lowe has lived in the area for a long time, so people trust him. He has turned a private worry into a big public issue that the whole neighborhood is starting to talk about. As Rob continues to speak out against what Meghan is doing, it is clear that a lot of people agree with him. What used to be a very sleepy and quiet neighborhood is now stuck in the middle of a big fight. Rob is leading the way to make sure people are held accountable for their actions. This isn't just a story for celebrity gossip magazines. This is a story about a community that is standing up for what they believe in. They care about their values, and Rob Lowe is the leader of that battle. Rob Lowe recently shared his concerns about flying cameras hovering over houses in his town. But why would Meghan Markle use a drone to look at someone else's house? Was she doing it to help the neighborhood stay safe, or was she doing it just to get something for herself? If she is doing things that hurt her neighbors, should she have to face the consequences? Let's try to find out more about this. The neighbors in Montecito are fighting for their right to be left alone. Rob Lowe's biggest worry is something that has made many people in the community feel very bad. He says Meghan Markle is using drones to take videos of other famous people and private parties. Rob has lived there a very long time, and he has seen these flying cameras over his own house many times. He says it ruins the peace for his family. It wasn't just a one-time thing that happened and then went away. Rob says the drones keep coming back over and over again. They are taking away the calm feeling that the neighborhood is known for. These drones have very good cameras that can see a lot of things. People think Meghan is using them for her own media projects. We know that the Sussex family is working on many shows and projects for companies like Netflix. Some people think these drones are being used to make content for those shows or for social media. Rob is not the only one who is upset. Other neighbors in Montecito have said the same thing. They have seen drones flying over their houses too. According to Rob, these drones are often caught flying over private parties and family times. Imagine being at a backyard barbecue with your family and seeing a camera in the sky watching you. It would make you feel very weird and like your space was being invaded. For Rob and his neighbors, this behavior is just not okay. In Montecito, being able to stay private is the most important part of the way they live. The people who live in this town work very hard to protect their personal lives. They don't want the whole world watching them every second of the day. They have celebrity status, but they want to feel like normal people at home. But the flying cameras have made them feel betrayed and very angry. People who have always loved their quiet life now feel like their own homes are being used as movie sets for someone else's show. They didn't give permission for this. The trust that they used to have in their quiet neighborhood is being broken. They are worried that every move they make is being recorded from the sky without them knowing. Rob Lowe's claims have started a lot of anger in the town. People are very worried about their privacy. Because Rob is such a famous face, his words carry a lot of power. His frustration has helped other neighbors feel brave enough to speak up too. These accusations about drones have started a much bigger conversation about where the line should be between being a celebrity and having a private life. In a place where keeping things quiet has always been very important, Rob and his neighbors are asking how much fame should be allowed to change the rules. The tension is very high right now, and many people are wondering when it will finally stop. Rob Lowe made it very clear that Meghan's use of drones was a big problem. It didn't just hurt their privacy, it also made the families living there feel less safe. But what was the neighborhood like before Meghan Markle arrived? Could her actions actually be a security threat to the people living near her? Let's find out how Meghan and Harry's move started a big privacy battle in Montecito. The quiet paradise of the town has been shattered. Montecito used to be a very peaceful place for the richest and most famous people. But now, there is a big conflict that has changed everything. The town has always followed a live and let live way of thinking. This means that you let your neighbors do their thing and they let you do yours. Everyone respected each other's personal space. But that harmony is starting to fall apart. When Meghan Markle and Prince Harry moved there in 2020, people were actually excited at first. It seemed like an interesting and fun thing to have such famous people move into the neighborhood. People were curious about them, and the media was curious too. But as time went on, the excitement started to turn into tension. What was supposed to be a quiet and happy life for the couple started to make the neighbors feel very frustrated. The most important problem was the flying cameras. Seeing drones over their houses made the neighbors feel very uncomfortable. They felt like they were being watched all the time. These drones were likely being used to take videos for the couple's TV shows. They hovered over private parties and gatherings. This made people feel very uneasy. Neighbors who really liked their privacy felt that their calm lives were being ruined by surveillance. This means they felt like they were being spied on. On top of the drone problems, there were also issues with security. Big teams of guards were often seen blocking the roads. They would stop people from driving on certain streets or going into public areas. This had never happened before Meghan and Harry moved in. This made the neighbors feel even more separated from the couple. Most people in Montecito are used to a quiet life where they can go wherever they want without being stopped. The couple also stays very much to themselves. They don't really talk to their neighbors or go to local events in the town. This reclusive way of living has made people feel even more frustrated. For a neighborhood that is built on respect and giving people space, this felt like a break in the rules. Rob Lowe was one of the first people to stand up and say how he felt in public. He told everyone about the problems with the Sussexes, and this gave a face to the complaints that people were having in private. He brought a lot of attention to the fact that the neighborhood was not happy. Rob's public criticism turned a quiet complaint into a big public discussion. His comments helped people look at the bigger picture. They started talking about how being famous and having privacy can be hard to manage in a small town. As the fighting continues, Montecito is now split into different sides. What used to be a peaceful spot for the rich and famous is now a place where everyone is arguing about privacy. The quiet life that the neighbors used to love is slipping away. It is being replaced by a fight over fame and personal space. Rob Lowe said the community was very peaceful before Meghan arrived. Now drones are being used to ruin that peace. But what is the relationship between Rob Lowe and Meghan Markle actually like? Has Rob ever been okay with what Meghan does, or has he always said she is invading people's privacy? Let's look at the amazing details of what has happened. Rob Lowe has actually used humor to handle some of the rumors. While the town was fighting about privacy, Rob found himself in a funny situation. After Meghan and Harry did their big interview with Oprah Winfrey, everyone wanted to know where it was filmed. Because Rob Lowe is so famous and has a very beautiful house in Montecito, many people thought the interview happened at his home. This rumor spread very fast because the filming location was a big secret. But Rob didn't let the false story stay alive. He quickly told everyone that the gossip was not true. He denied that the interview happened at his estate. He also said that his friend Ted Sarandos, who is the boss of Netflix, didn't have anything to do with it either. It turned out that neither of their houses was used for the famous interview. Rob used his sense of humor to tell people that the interview actually happened at Oprah's own house. This added a fun twist to a situation that was usually very stressful. Instead of letting the rumor get out of control, Rob made it into a funny story. This showed everyone that he is a cool and relaxed person, even when the media is going crazy. His playful way of telling the truth was a nice break from all the serious arguments. It showed what kind of person Rob Lowe is. As the tension in Montecito grew because of privacy and drones, Rob's ability to be funny and nice helped balance out the serious accusations. By stopping the rumors with humor and grace, Rob was able to keep things from getting even worse. This moment showed that not everything has to be a big, serious fight. Rob's quick-witted answer made things a little lighter between the Sussexes and their neighbors. It proved that even when things are very serious, a little bit of laughter can help a person stay calm and keep their good name. Besides Rob telling everyone that his house wasn't used for the Oprah interview, what was the neighborhood like when the royal couple first moved in? Were they happy to see them? And do the neighbors now regret being so nice at the start because of the drones? Let's find out more about how the Sussexes tried to fit into Montecito. When Meghan and Harry first moved to the town, everyone was talking about it. Many neighbors were very excited to have them there. They saw it as a fun new chapter for the area. The couple bought a house that cost millions of dollars. It is hidden in the beautiful hills and seemed like it would be a great fit for the wealthy town. It was a sign that Montecito was still a place where the biggest stars wanted to live. For a little while, everything seemed like it would go well. But as time passed, the warm feelings started to go away. People started to feel more and more frustrated and worried. What started as an optimistic hope for a happy neighborhood soon turned into a lot of complaints. The image of the couple started to look bad. The first problems were small, but they still worried people. The guards hired by the Sussexes were blocking the streets around their big house. This made it hard for regular people to go about their daily lives. Neighbors noticed that roads were closed for a long time, and the quiet streets felt like they were being watched by guards all the time. These disruptions were annoying, but most people didn't get too mad at first. However, things got much worse when the drones started appearing. This was the turning point for the neighbors. It changed how they saw Meghan and Harry. The drones were flying over private houses, including the yards of other famous people. The peaceful feeling of Montecito, which had always been a safe spot, was now ruined by the feeling of being watched. Seeing drones in the sky was very scary for people who loved their privacy. To make things even worse, many neighbors thought the drones weren't just flying by accident. They thought the drones were being used on purpose to take videos for the couple's business projects. They thought the footage was being made for Netflix or social media. This made the frustration even bigger. It seemed like the couple moved to Montecito to escape the media, but then they brought a new kind of spying to the area. As more people complained about the drones, it became the final straw for many neighbors. This means they couldn't take it anymore. What started as small annoyances became a giant issue. It changed the way the whole community felt about Meghan and Harry. The excitement they felt at the beginning was gone. It was replaced by anger. The royal move was supposed to be glamorous, but instead it caused a big fight. Neighbors are now asking if having famous people around is worth losing their privacy. The community was quiet at first, but they couldn't stay silent once the drones started threatening their peace. But is the drone issue the only reason they are mad at Meghan? Are there other things she is doing that are making the people of Montecito unhappy? Let's find out about the growing tensions. Rob Lowe and other people in Montecito have noticed a pattern in how Meghan Markle and Prince Harry act. What started as curiosity has turned into resentment. This means the neighbors are starting to feel bitter and upset. Rob Lowe has lived there a long time, and he has been one of the loudest critics. His concerns show a bigger problem that many people in the neighborhood share. One of the main reasons they are mad is because they think the couple feels entitled. This means they think the couple believes they are better than everyone else and don't have to follow the rules. From the very beginning, Meghan and Harry's actions have surprised people. They don't seem to care about the privacy that the people in Montecito love so much. The drones are the best example of this. These high-tech flying machines are a symbol of how the Sussexes are breaking the unwritten rules of the town. Neighbors who used to have very quiet lives now have to wonder if they are being spied on from above. But the drones weren't the only problem. People also say that Meghan and Harry were caught filming people and events without asking first. This made people feel like the couple was just using the neighborhood to make their TV shows. It didn't feel like they were trying to be part of the community. These actions have hurt the neighborhood a lot. What was supposed to be a place for the couple to hide from the public has become a place where everyone feels nervous in their own homes. Rob Lowe is especially frustrated. He believes that no matter how much money or fame you have, you should still respect your neighbors. In a place where privacy is a sacred right, the couple's actions have felt like an invasion. Rob and his neighbors believe that being a celebrity doesn't mean you can ignore the basic rules. The sense of entitlement has left a bad taste in everyone's mouth. For Rob, this was the breaking point. What used to be a town known for respect and peace is now a town full of resentment. Rob's criticism is being supported by many other neighbors. It has started a big talk about what happens when fame and privilege meet a quiet and private community. Even though they are celebrities, Meghan and Harry are now dealing with the same problems they tried to run away from. It is clear that the people in Montecito are not going to put up with disrespectful behavior anymore. Rob said the problems weren't just about drones. He said there were many complaints from the neighbors, but there are many other famous people in the town like Oprah Winfrey and Ellen DeGeneres. Why aren't they saying anything? Why is Rob the only one accusing Meghan of these things? Let's look at the clash between celebrity culture and the values of the community. Montecito is having a quiet crisis. In this fancy town, people like Oprah and Ellen have mostly stayed quiet. They haven't said anything about the problems with Meghan and Harry. But Rob Lowe decided to speak out, and he has brought a lot of attention to the neighborhood's unhappiness. His bold choice has exposed a frustration that many people had been keeping to themselves for a long time. Montecito was once known for its beauty and for being a private spot for important people. But now, that peaceful image is being hurt by the drama around the Sussexes. What used to be a place where people could hide from the spotlight is now a place where everyone is fighting. The quiet streets are now full of whispers and complaints. Rob's loud criticism about privacy has made many neighbors realize that they all feel spied on. This tension isn't just about drones or security guards. It is about a clash of values. It is about the old rules of Montecito meeting the new celebrity culture that Meghan and Harry brought with them. For a long time, the people in this town have cared about being quiet and respectful. But now, some people feel those values are being thrown away, so the couple can make media projects and follow their own plans. Rob's choice to speak up has made it okay for others to talk too. Even though Oprah and Ellen are staying silent, Rob's public comments have started a much bigger conversation. More neighbors are starting to speak up, and the town is now divided. The growing frustration comes from a fear that the thing that makes Montecito special, the peace and the quiet, is being threatened. This situation raises some very important questions. Can a neighborhood that loves privacy still be a good place if famous people bring the media with them? What happens when fame and personal projects become more important than the neighborhood rules? As these tensions rise, the reputation of Montecito is in danger. Even though other celebrities are quiet, Rob's bold approach is liked by many people. But will his choice to speak out change whether Meghan stays in the neighborhood? Could he actually force the couple to leave Montecito? Let's find out what the future holds for Meghan and Harry in their town. The future of the couple in Montecito is very uncertain. As people look into the drone incidents, things are getting more serious. What used to be a safe place for the elite is now caught in a big controversy. Rob Lowe has become the leader of the people who are worried about the couple's behavior. His choice to talk in public, along with the support of other neighbors and local leaders, has turned a private complaint into a giant public issue. Everyone is watching now. Rob's involvement has started many talks in the town. He says the privacy violations have made many people feel very unsettled. What used to be a perfect neighborhood where people valued peace has been changed by these accusations. The drone incidents have caused the biggest uproar. People feel like their space has been invaded. A place that was supposed to be a sanctuary from the media now feels like a place where privacy is gone. They feel like basic boundaries are being ignored. Even though many people are mad, there are still some people who defend the couple. They say the couple had a very hard time with the press in the UK, so they are just trying to protect themselves now. They think that using drones and having lots of guards is okay because the couple has faced so much pressure. But most people in Montecito seem to be very disappointed. They thought having a celebrity couple move in would be exciting, but instead, it has been a source of frustration. The irony is very clear to everyone. Meghan and Harry left the UK because they didn't like the constant media attention. But now, they are in a similar fight in their new home. This shows how hard it is to be famous and still have a private life. For a couple that wanted peace, their new life has become a reminder of how difficult it is to live in the public eye. The media frenzy they tried to run away from has followed them to California. Now they are being accused of invading other people's privacy. This fight between the couple and the town raises big questions about freedom and neighborhood rules. In Montecito, privacy is sacred, and the Sussex family is now a test for how fame can change a community. As the investigations continue, we still don't know if Meghan and Harry will ever find the privacy they are looking for. Or will the problems of being famous keep haunting them even in their new home? What do you think about what Rob Lowe said? Do you think it will be enough to make Meghan and Harry leave the neighborhood? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments below. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to our channel for more stories like this one. Thank you for watching and sharing your ideas with us. We will see you next time.